All right, so the purpose of this video is to overview the Microsoft Immersive Reader tool that you can use with in any of your classes, but of course, this is particularly useful for those who are in the primary education or elementary school world. So we'll be go ahead and looking at that. So you can see I've started here with an old Canvas page I had for a class I've had in the past, and this is not how I would set up a home page for a primary education student, but you can still get a lot of the ideas that we'll be covering from this. So you can see I've got sort of a title for my page, lots of information with links folks could click on, minimal visuals going on here, and I've got some text here we can take a look at, and that's what I'll say with that there. So first thing I want to do is we're going to demo this so you can understand how the students would see. And that's kind of one of the goals with using this tool is we want to train our students and help our parents understand how to help support our students on making use of this. So I'm going to go ahead and click Student View. And this will, of course, load in for me to see this is what my class would look like for my if I was a student enrolled in this Canvas course. This is always useful for checking what things might look like on their end. And now I can see, same information here without all of the teacher options I had before. And I'm going to go ahead and click this tool, which is the Microsoft Immersive Reader. Now, what you see happens here is it changes the display of my page so that I can see all the different text I have going on. And it takes out any of the visuals and things so you can just focus on that. Now, I can scroll through everything I've got going on here to find the different chunks of text. And the first thing we're going to notice is that I have the option to play the text there. It'll just play the whole thing for me without in whatever the preset settings are here. So if I go to Immersive Reader and I hit play,
PLTW CSIM homepage. Please check the announcements for important information.
And there you go. You can see it starts to read the text out loud to the student. Now, right now, next to the next option I want to consider is I can change those voice settings if I have some reason. So, for example, if I have some preference for the voice to be male or female, I can change that here. I can also change the speed, right? So if we're newer students, right, and we want them to be able to really get some of this information, or we're trying to slow it down, we can slow the speed down all the way down to half speed. I also, if we had students at different ability levels and some of them wanted to go faster, they could, of course, speed the voice speed up as well. So just useful for them to know they have that option. They can ideally pick for what works best for them. Now, additionally, you can see that lots of the words on here you can click on if you just want an individual word to show up. So I can, for example, or listen to. So if I want to just hear what homepage sounds like, I can click that and click the listen button here.
Homepage.
And it'll make the word, it'll read the word to me there, right? Information.
Information.
Important.
Important.
And other things. Now, one of the other things you're going to notice is with some of the words, I'm also getting a visual. Now, we'll look at how to set that up in your settings, but that's a useful thing too for folks who are learning and want to make sense for other specific pages you might set up for them to use on Canvas. That can be a useful tool for them to understand. So, for example, right, we're just looking at, so when I click information, not only does it give me the word and the ability to listen to the word,
information,
I also have a visual that might help me try to imagine what the word information could look like here. Important gets the star. Announcement, right, we don't have one, so some of them it'll pull to show us. Now, some of our additional settings here are going to be in this top right corner we can choose. So I'll click the first one here, and I can choose things like I can change my text size on the page here. I can increase the spacing. It defaults to increase spacing, but I can take that away if I want to, so I'll leave that there. I can change the font style. If I want to read in a different font, I like Calabri there. I can also change the theme if I want the color background scape. So I like this default as the white black, but if I want to go black white or light blue, right, and black, so forth and so on, you can pick. They have options, whatever is useful to them. That's my first menu. Second menu. Oh, I want to go back to my default menu here to get rid of that. There we go. Second menu, grammar options. Now, this is useful, right, for students who are working on language acquisition. If I want to space the word apart based on syllables, you can see it breaks them up there for based on syllables. I also can highlight the words in different colors for the parts of speech. So, for example, all the nouns are now going to be in this like purple magenta color. Verbs are red. Adjectives green. adverbs orange, so forth and so on. I can even hit show the labels so the students can see. Very, very useful. Okay. There we go. Go down to my chunk here. I had a piece from Shakespeare I put in here for us to use for our example here. There we go. There we go. Show labels. All right. One more menu for using the Microsoft Immersive Reader. Hit reading preferences. Now I can narrow down the lines on here if I want. If I only want to go line by line or see line by line. So this is the single line focus. Few lines and 5 lines there. So I can take the line focus off if I don't want that piece. The other setting we have where we're getting the pictures is the picture dictionary, which I have on, right? I can, of course, turn that off if I think that's distracting for my students. I like it. There you can see fortune, for example, showing up with some different images there. And then I also, in additional, if we know we have language learners in our class at whatever level, we can use translate, which is also useful for them if you want to reference. So, for example, if I know I have some Spanish-speaking students in my class, I can scroll down and find Spanish. There'll be a few versions of Spanish I might use. But let's say I have, I want to use the Spanish Mexico setting. There you go, by word. And now when I click fortune, for example, I'll not only get the word fortune and the visuals here, I can listen to it in English.
Fortune.
I can also click the Spanish version and listen to it in Spanish.
Fortuna.
There you go. Other tools here are useful. And of course, now if I also want to change it to any other language, let's say I have it for students with another language, I could pick, of course, would also work. So, see, all right, got this going on. See the word.
Mind.
Also in Arabic.
العقل.
So there you go. And that more or less covers how we might make use of the Microsoft Immersive Reader feature within Canvas for our primary and secondary students. There we go. More to come on this soon.